That didn't work. I'm doing the show live by myself. So y'all bear with your boy because I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to do this, but as you can see, my live by myself. So welcome to the show, y'all. I tried to do the countdown video promo. There it is. So with that being said, welcome to the show. Tonight's show is where were you? Reason I bring this up tonight is that you know right now in 2020, it has been a life-changing year for most people, right? So this year has been off the charts. So I mean, not to mention easy. The Lakers winning another finals. They won another NBA championship. But there's been a lot of turmoil in people's lives. We got the, social injustice, social unrest. Um, we got people that actually deny science. And the reason I'm asking everybody to think and reflect on the times back in your history, right, or the wrong side of history. And you ain't got to tell everybody, but just to set the mood, give you a little music to where you can think about this. Just something. Here you go. Urban Mystic. Where were you? Then we're gonna jump into the show.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Where were you on that night? Where were you? See, I remember.
Yes, and I want to know what y'all sipping on, what y'all drinking on, what you're smoking on, whatever you got going on. Let me know. You knew you were blessed with the best of it. When you first drove a brand new Benz, wooden grain on a wall, polished off rims. Your team came back with the rain, but your crew always knew you could do anything. On the night that the love of your life got a room, if you love what I'm feeling inside, close your eyes and try to think back on the happiest days of your life when you felt so alive. Just let me reminisce there for a while. Funny time how it flies. Look up in the places and faces have changed, and the things that you once recognized seem different in the twinkling of an eye. When you first heard Biggie or Pop, and you knew you were blessed with the best of it. When you first drove a brand new Benz, wooden grain on the wall, polished off rims. When your team came back with the rain, with your crew always knew you gon' do it. On the night that the love of your life got a room, if you love what I'm feeling inside you, tell me, do you remember? 'Cause I remember you. Yeah, that's enough of that. So we're gonna jump into the show real quick, and just a reminder, y'all. Just a reminder. The show is for those that are 18 years and older. We prefer 21 and up, but it is what it is. But you remember, 18 and up, parental discretion is advised because I am not a role model, nor do I claim to be. So, with that being said, I want y'all to think about a couple of things. We're gonna jump into the show. But where were you? Remember? Think back. Where were you the first time you kissed a person of the opposite sex? Who are you? I'm trying to be sexual orientation neutral. So I guess the actual best way to say it was, where do you remember your first kiss? Let's put it that way. So we're all inclusive, right? We're including everybody. So where were you when you got your first kiss? Tell you about my little story. So there was a little female running around. I was young. I was probably like in the like fourth grade. No, I had to be in the fifth grade because we had moved back to Texas. So yeah, I was in the fifth grade. This little chick, she used to roll with the fellas. Everything was copacetic. Um, she used to hang out. It was all good. But her and I were walking home from school one day, and take our normal path, walking, and all of a sudden she said, "Hey, come here. I want to show you something." Me being naive, it is what it is. Me being naive, I didn't know. I had no clue what she was about to show me. So she was like, "I want to show you something." Okay, cool. So we went, and she was walking. I was following her. We walked behind the bush, and then she just laid one on me. I didn't know what to do. I was in shock. I was total shock. But hey, these things happen. So where were you when you got your first kiss? I know this seems like really, really small thing to happen, but I always like to think and sit and reminisce sometimes about the first time. And that's why the title of the show is called Where Were You? So my first kiss was in an alley behind a bush with a girl that was just my homegirl, and then she ended up laying one on me. Had no idea. Who knows, right? But these things happen. Now, given the fact that my parents watched the show, we're not going to go into the first time. Nope. Yes, I'm a grown man. Here's the thing about parents when they raise you properly. I can be grown. However, there's just some information that I'm not brave enough to share just yet. So, with that being said, we're not going to discuss that one. However, I want to know, other than that, first kiss, but that first time when you got your driver's license. Oh, pops, yeah, pops. What I'm telling you, you ain't telling nothing, pops, because I ain't spilling the beans. I'm not spilling the beans. But that first time you took the car out and you were able to drive by yourself, I remember this. It's so interesting the things you remember, right? Um, the things I remember, the first time I got out, got to drive by myself with no adult in the car, and I thought it was the best thing ever. Now, where did I go? Just to the grocery store. That was the best 30 minutes ever. Now, in my family growing up, when you get your license, you have responsibilities called gopher duties. It is what it is. Gopher duties are when you go get what your parents need. Go to the store for this. Go here for this. Go here for this. Go here for this. And then come right back. Go for duties. We call it gopher duties. We had, you get your license. That's what most of your driving consists of. You're running back and forth to the store for your parents. It's all good. I didn't care. I was getting to drive. I let the windows down, turn the radio up real loud, run around the corner to the store, take my time in the store, and then take the long way back home. Took the short way to the store, took the long way back home. But hey, I got my driving in. I was happy. So as we sit here tonight and we're looking at the year 2020, we got the elections coming up. The last few months have been crazy. The last couple of years have been crazy. But reminiscing on the good times sometimes helps us get through the bad times. And that's why tonight's show is Where Were You? And I also want to talk about real quick, where were you the first time that you got into a fight? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Because I remember one of my first fights. I didn't have a lot of them, but I did have some interesting fights. But the first one I had was I was at the playground with my cousins and my little sister. Well, my sister, she's the oldest girl. We were at the playground, hanging out, laughing, talking, playing around. This little boy pushed my sister. Now, if anybody know anything about my family, I am very, very protective of my family. Now, me and my sisters, we argue, fuss, and fight, but at the end of the day, I love them to death. However, this little boy pushed my sister. He was quite a bit bigger than me. However, when you mess with my family, I go off, right? So I end up beating the snot out of this dude. And honestly, I don't remember the whole situation. I remember seeing him push my sister. Next thing I know, I'm getting pulled off and getting picked up in the air by an adult and asked me, "What the hell are you doing?" Because I had wailed on this boy. I mean, I had beat the snot out of him. And he was, like I said, he was pretty, he was got a good 4 or 5 inches taller than me, but I didn't care. You mess with my sister, you got to pay the price. So what was funny was my cousins, we were all playing on the jungle gym. My sister was on the merry-go-round. He pushed her. She fell. My other cousin, Lisa, was there, and she started crying. And then before I knew it, like I said, I was on this dude beating the snot out of him and then getting pulled off. But the funny part was that everybody was kind of trying to process the situation because I wasn't the one known for getting in trouble. I wasn't one known for getting in the fights. That's not my MO at all. So what was interesting was everybody just saw this different side of me, and it holds true to this day. There's two things you don't mess with: my family and my money. Those are two things you don't mess with, right? And they will cause all filters, everything to go off. There's no holding back. There's no anything like that. It's just full, all out, 0 to 1,000 instantaneously. It is what it is. Not always proud of that. However, that is me. Don't mess with my, family and my money. Don't mess with them, right? So, everybody out there, see y'all on. Talk to me. Like I tell y'all every week, we had these conversations. This is more so therapy for me. I sit here and talk to y'all. And honestly, if you think about it, I'm really talking to a computer screen. Y'all are watching me talk to a computer screen. And I'm waiting for y'all to respond because I know there's a delay in what I say. And by the time y'all hear it, and then by the time y'all can and respond, and then I can read it, there's quite a bit of a delay. So, again, tell me what y'all sipping on tonight, what you smoking on, what you got going. Jocelyn, you vibing? I bet you are. Yeah, I saw your text too. You're not funny. And that's all I'm gonna say. So, now one of the things that, again, that always helps me out is music, right? So when we talk about music, I always loved music. So one of the biggest artists that I, it's gonna sound funny, but one artist that I really, really loved growing up was Spice One, and I don't have it on the playlist for tonight. Oh well, such is life. But I do have something else. So I want to know, where were you the first time you heard this song?
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kinda hard being Snoop D or Double G, but I somehow, some way keep coming up with funky ass shit like every single day. May I Kick a little something for the G's and make a few beans as I breeze through. 2 in the morning and the party still jumping cause my mama ain't home. I got bitches in the living room getting it on and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you wanna do? Shit, I got a pocket full of brothers and my homeboys do too. So turn off the lights and close the door. But for what? We don't love it home. Yeah. So we gon' smoke an ounce to this. G's up, bring down like you motherfuckers bounce to this. Down the street, sipping on beer juice, laid back.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard that song, I couldn't even drive yet. Oh yeah, Jocelyn being funny now. Yeah, she being funny. But yeah. So when I heard that song the first time, like I was, as always, I was with some of my older cousins doing some stuff I probably didn't have any business doing, but they did keep me safe. But being as that I was kind of tall for my age then, because I've been the same height since the 8th grade. I haven't grown an inch. So some of my older cousins, I was hanging out with them because at that point in time, actually, hell, even to this day, I was taller than them. So it was kind of weird that I was rolling with them and I was a tall one, but I was sitting in the back. But yeah, we had good fun that day. And I heard this song and I was just like, man, I like that. But no, I was just thinking about it, the reminiscing and thinking about good times in the past. Like I said before, helps us get through some of the bad times. So the ups and downs in life, they always happen. But when we think about and we reflect on those good times, they help us get through the bad times. So right now, it's not the best time. You know, you can't really go out and do nothing. I'm mad because I hadn't used my passport in the last, I don't know how long, and I'm thoroughly pissed off about it because I'm sick and tired of being in the U.S. Not that I don't mind living in the U.S. because I get decent money here working. However, I need a vacation, and I'm not talking about a 2-3 day trip here and there. No, I need a vacation where I'm gone. I'm out the country where my cell phone doesn't work. Oh, so Six Sigma chick wants to know what my shirt in the background says. Okay, so for that y'all that don't know, shirt back there says, "Don't let stand by and stand down get your ass whooped. We are not our ancestors." That's what it say. So that shirt right there, yeah, should bring up some memories, and it does. Which is why, like I said, we not our ancestors. We not. So respect the ancestors, absolutely. We don't get down like them. Sorry. Sometimes it's good to get down and take some of the lessons learned from the past. However, we move a little differently. It's due to our ancestors that we were provided some of the opportunities that we currently have. It's due to our ancestors that we were able to and have achieved some of the things that we have achieved. It's due to our ancestors that we are in a much better financial and educational and professional situation than they were. We have a multitude of opportunities because of them, because they laid the pathway and the foundation. However, they also had to think about future generations. And we are that future generation, and these generations coming up, we're the generations that they planned for. We're the generations that they laid the groundwork for. And so, even with that being said, I want to know, like, what was the best time you had with one of your grandparents? Right? And it's going to sound really, really strange, but I have two memories, right? No, you had two sets of grandparents. But anyway, so I have on my mom's side, my grandfather, he died when I was like really, really little. I think I was like 4 or 5. But the only thing I can remember is two memories I have of him. It was him arguing with my grandmother about me putting on clothes and running around in the country because I would go outside, I would run around, I would end up taking all my clothes off, have my diaper on and my sandals, and I would run around in the yard. And he let me do my thing, and he would pick me up, let me shoot the basketball in the hoop. Good times, right? Other than that, the only other memory I have of him was at his funeral. I remember seeing him in the casket. That's it. So those are the only two memories I have of him. However, the running around and him arguing with my grandmother about me not putting on clothes and letting me do my thing. Leave that boy alone. He in the country. Ain't nobody gonna see him. He want to be free. Let him be free. Let him take off them clothes. Ain't nobody out here. Hell, if he want to run around naked, he got his sandals on, his feet protected. He good. Leave him alone. And the other one was on my dad's side, my grandma, we would run around her house. Me and a couple of my cousins, we would run around the house outside. And that house looked huge. It looked huge when we were little. But then I had a cousin pass away a few years back, and we went by the house because it was still standing at that point in time. And we rolled past the house, and it was like, that can't be the right house. We got to be in the wrong place. And sure enough, it was the right place. And that house looked so small. It's like, damn, we used to this. It used to take us forever to run around the house because we would run around on the outside of the house. And as long as we stayed inside the yard, we were good. No, grandma didn't have nothing to say. You can play outside all you want to. Just don't go outside the gate. You cannot go outside the gate. That was the rule. And me, my cousin Lou, Gary, Junior, we would run around. Little Jimmy, we run around outside just being boys. And it was crazy because when we were doing this, we were all growing up. And even to this day, we get together and we have a great time. But we were just reminiscing on that. And it was just like, wow, things look different now that I look back on them because back then that house seemed huge. Now it was like this big. Just craziness, right? So I'm heading up to a point here. And the point I'm trying to make is, as we're going through life, right? We're going through situations and they may seem like they're the biggest situation in the world. Then we get a little further ahead of ourselves. Time goes on and time passes. And we realize what we were going through really wasn't that big of a deal. So when you're going through situations, especially rough situations, look to the good times in the past to help you get to the other good times that are in the future. Don't get so caught up in the past that you forget about your current situation and start to make changes and live life. But when you're down and depressed and sad, think about the good times because I'm telling you right now, some of the good times you have, some of the memories you've made, they will have you in a whole nother place. And what will happen is it'll help you get through those bad times. And then when you look back on the bad times, they'll be pretty much non-existent. They won't hold as much impact because you have all the good memories. Because if I tried to tell you what I was sad about like a month ago, I couldn't tell you because I kept pushing forward and I lived life and I tried to make what I was doing the best for me at the time. So with that being said, everything going on in the world today, what are you going to do to make your life better? And if you can't figure out anything to make your life better, what are you going to do to make somebody else's life better? Because I have a coworker that works with me and we used to work together 20 some odd years ago, right? He's decided to leave the current company we're at. And one of the things he told the people was that when he first started working, his car broke down, right? He was like, if it wasn't for Reggie, like I would have quit the job. But for 2 months straight, every day for 2 months, he picked me up and took me to work. Now he was telling the people that, when I started out, Reggie was my boss. Reggie was my boss. I had just got out of college, was working, new job, trying to get it straight. I was gonna quit, and Reggie wouldn't let me quit. But if you know me as a person outside of Master Gas, you know I have a big heart. I'm a nice guy with a big heart. Just don't piss me off. Because when you piss me off, like I said, that other side comes out. Now, it won't be as bad as if you mess with my money or my family. But, you piss me off, you got another side of me to deal with. Um, but with that being said, y'all, tonight's show is going to be a little short. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up because this is my first time doing this whole StreamYard thing by myself. I'm trying to get the hang of it, which is why when we started, there were a couple of technical difficulties. But I'm going to try to go ahead and exit. And with that being said, hey, don't forget about all of our shows, right? Because I know we have a lot of holidays coming up. So our Master Gas, make sure you follow us on all social medias, right? So make sure you follow us on all social medias, and the lineup is down below. So you got Tipsy Tuesday, Happy Hour with Hendrix. Then the first and third Thursdays you got MTG After Dark. Second and fourth you got MTG F Bomb, and then Friday nights you got Master Gas Live where the whole crew get on. Now, if you are going to be free for Halloween, what you can do is join us for our MTG Halloween show on the 30th. So we will be having an MTG show for the 30th. I don't know exactly what that's going to consist of, but we are going to be doing that. So Q has something lined up. He always does. Ain't no telling. He can be a little scatterbrained sometimes, but it is what it is. So I'm trying to think, is there anything? Oh, yes. So we are revamping our mastergas.com website. So for you all that have been checking out, that have gone to the website, give us a couple of weeks and that'll be back up and refreshed. So we're revamping the website right now. So that'll be up. And just so you all know, coming up at the beginning of the year, right, we're going to be doing MTG Beauty of the Week, right? So I'm going through the church announcements before we get ready to partake and go our separate ways. So MTG Beauty of the Week. We're going to be doing this on my show, right? But I don't want everybody to think this is a sexist type of situation. This is not a sexist situation. What I want people to do is to nominate women in the world that are around you and in your community that are doing something positive. So when I say that, I'm looking for women business owners, single mothers, and any other woman that's just doing their thing. Because to me, beauty is not something that's necessarily external. It's more so internal, right? So I want people that are beautiful on the inside as well as the outside. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be presenting these ladies and putting them out there. So anybody that, hey, you want to give them a round of applause, you want to tell them, hey, good ups, you're doing your thing, and you want to just be generally supportive, we at MTG want to make that happen, right? So if you got anyone you'd like to nominate, email us at mastergas.com, send us your name, the city you're in, and your contact info, and we'll get back to you. And we're going to be doing that. We're going to start doing that at the beginning of 2021. So I want to give everybody some time because I want to get these ladies lined up and get them presented to the world in a positive manner that's going to help positively impact their lives, not to just put them out there as a piece of meat, because that's not how I roll. I believe women are more important than that, and women are more valuable than just a piece of meat. I want to use this platform to make sure that we're giving women a voice to be heard and to be understood and to be appreciated, not just for physical beauty. I want what they do. So if you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, You heavily involved in the community. You're a teacher. What have you, business or making it happen. It doesn't matter. I want to know you. I want to know who you are, and I want to put you out and help the world find out who you actually are. So, with that being said, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do something, and it may or may not work. I don't know. But I'm going to try to do this whole countdown thing and see what happens. So I'm going to do our promo video. I'm going to try anyway. Let's see what happens. Well, apparently that didn't work. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not sure what's going on. I will try to figure this out some more, but this is, like I said, my first show running it by myself without Q. So I will let you all be easy. Y'all have a great night. Wish you the best. Please don't overindulge tonight because most of you do have to go to work. So if you're sipping on something, you're drinking on something, smoking on something, whatever you're doing, be easy because you still got a couple more days of work to go. Being said, I'm out. Be easy. Uh-oh, we got another comment. Who said something? I don't know. Let's see here. Amen, brother. Oh, hey, Shimmy. Hey, ladies. I guess I'm going to go ahead and end the show, y'all. Peace.